For anybody starting off at college, it's just a huge eye-opener. For me, it was a big deal. I mean, even, the campus was still huge when I got there. Obviously, it's much bigger now. I grew up on the east side of town. I went to North Shore High School. I'm from a family of 5. I'm the oldest. We're all 5 years apart, but it really made for a good family dynamic. My dad worked shift work a lot growing up, so his work ethic definitely came across in our family. I also grew up, of course, watching my Uncle Mike, who was an anchor at Fox 26 here in Houston. I remember one of the first times when I told him that I wanted to go into journalism. He said, well, why don't you come over to my house and we can start charting out a path. And we decided that I was going to go to U of H, get a degree in radio and television broadcasting. And the other thing that was huge is that he really put in my head that you've got to get internships here in Houston. That's where you get the hands-on training. I was able to get 3 internships while I was going to U of H, one of which, of course, was at Fox 26. I had my uncle there looking over my shoulder, making sure I was keeping my nose to the grind and staying focused and getting as much as I could out of that internship. And so it took about 6 months to get a job after I'd graduated. But luckily, I had my uncle in my corner, and he said, at some point, why don't you just drive to the city that you want to apply to, which was Corpus Christi, and just pull the whole, hey, I happen to be in town, may I speak to the boss? And of course, a couple of times they're like, get out of here, kid. He only sees people on appointment. But the first station I got a job at, his secretary came out and said, hey, Mr. Walter Furley, we'll see you. Come on back. And of course, I just happened to have my resume tape and resume with me, and happened to be in a suit, even though I was just in town visiting friends in Corpus Christi. They'd offered me a job, so I said, I'll take it. Next thing you know, an anchor spot became open there. Someone left, so I was able to move into like the 5 o'clock anchor position and move up from there. Fortunately, everything works out. I get a job in San Antonio, which I'm extremely excited about. And it was just a great experience because I got to cover a lot of big stories there. And also it was just a spot where I bought my first home, had my first child. And so there's just a lot of nice memories from San Antonio. I definitely wanted to work in Houston. I knew that it would be very gratifying to be able to come back to my hometown. Houston was definitely the bullseye. Channel 13, ABC 13, my role there is one of the main anchors there. I anchor the hour-long 4 p.m. show, I anchor the 6:30 show, and then I also anchor the 10 p.m. show. I met my wife while I was a waiter bartender at Pappas Seafood House, working my way through school so I could have money to pay for tuition and books. She sits at my table. We have a good time, talk, she introduces herself, I wait on them, they leave, and then me and some friends, we go out and she's at the pub that we go to. So I was, hey, remember me? I waited on you, right? And from there, we started dating. We've been together coming up on 15 years. So my wife and I have 2 great little boys. Gavin is our oldest son. He's 11 years old, and my youngest is Cole. He is 7 years old. U of H is very prevalent in my household, and to know that I was going to be recognized by the school, it was just a very special, special deal. I was sitting at my desk, prepping for the 4 p.m. show, and that's when I got the call. And it kind of just changed my whole day. I felt a shot of adrenaline run through my body. The opportunities that have been presented to me wouldn't have happened had I not gotten a degree at U of H.